Ahoy, crypto pirates. Thank you for joining me, Kinetics, on Discourse Syndicate's Wake Up Hex in the Morning. I've got a few new European cutthroats and one Tokyo cutthroat here with me right now, and it's good to have these gentlemen on where I don't think we can usually get them on a normal show because it's like 2 o'clock in the morning for them. So this is great to have you guys. Thanks for being on here again today.
What's up, guys? Yeah, you just
good early morning.
Night rates, that's it.
Yeah. Well, the early waking hexagons and the European hexagons, this is great. I'm glad to have you guys. Yes, Crypto Vince, it's with Knipples. That is correct. So
Knipples in the house.
I have to give credit to Cabana. He gave me that when I was on one of the FN Hangouts. I was in the hot tub.
I remember that.
Yeah, and and ever since then, it's Knipples has been floated around the community a little bit. So
very nice. You don't bathe with pasties on with the little tassels or anything like that.
Well, if I do, I don't think that's any of your business.
Oh, I'm blushing.
Yes, I think first things first, we need to congratulate Papa B on the rebranding, successfully rebranded, completely.
Rebranded.
Thank you very much for noticing that, Crafty. That's very nice.
I did not notice. Oh man.
Night and day, man. Night and day.
That's right.
Hey, it's a family show now.
Hey, we also got one of our other cutthroats from the original Discourse show on here to be professional and to tell us not to give financial advice.
Oh yeah, throw me under the bus right off the bat, huh? Hey, here comes the fun guy. Here comes compliance.
Compliance officer.
That's not true. Good morning, guys.
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to be.
For first time being able to see you, I saw you in the chat many a day. It's great to meet you finally.
Yeah, we've been watching you from afar.
From afar.
Papa Boehner. Papa Boehner.
Papa Boehner.
That's right. Hey, glad to be part of this. I think what you guys are doing is fantastic. I mean, Euros, Asia, Africa. I mean, so many tentacles just by having this different time spot. So good job. Good on you, Kinetics.
Yeah, it's fun. It's the time that works for me. It's I wanted to play a bigger role, but I still got a very high-paying day job that I can't just walk away from. Hex hasn't appreciated that much, so and I probably wouldn't walk away from it anyway. I enjoy building businesses, and so we've got 3 and a 4th one on the way, and trying to do all this at the same time. So
good show.
So this works out well, and then the 1-hour time slot works really well for me. So I can send you all home as soon as I'm done. So I did have something I wanted to bring up today. I'm actually going to be the compliance officer. I wanted to step in and say, I want everyone that is watching this to know that we are not financial advisors. We are not your financial advisor. You need to be hooked up with a financial advisor that can help you with your specific situation. I'm not going to tell you how to ladder your stakes. I'm not going to tell you what you should do with your stakes. I'm not going to tell you should have a certain kind of account. But I will tell you, I'm not going to tell you should have a dream account. I hate to throw that out there the way that I just did, but I think it needs to be very, very clear that everybody's situation is different. And I think that you need to really look at your circumstance. And if you decide to get into Hex, if it is for you, then you do what works best for your timeline. Because we are not here to tell you what to do. We are not your parents. We're just some guys on the internet. So I will tell you what I am doing, and in my opinion, why I think that works for me. But I will never tell someone else that they should do what is best for them. So,
in my opinion, you should buy Hex.
If, in your opinion, you should buy Hex. Well, we got the captain here. I heard someone beep in, but I didn't know he just brought himself in. It's great to have you here, sir.
What's up, heads?
Where's your face?
I don't want you guys to see me like like this. It's embarrassing.
You got a collared shirt on.
Liberty would be very pleased right in at me. He'd be like, "Oh, look at that fine, upstanding."
He's suited up,
man."
guys. He's suited up.
Yeah, he's got a jacket on.
Leave the
Can you activate his
Am I
camera
still
remotely?
in, or am I blasting it on damn?
He took his mascara off.
So what's have you guys discussed yesterday's activities? I'm sure you have.
No, we haven't. We just started the stream. We just got the formalities out of the way. We're ready. Why don't you go? That's a great segue, Captain. Why don't you go ahead and
You're not
lead us
streaming
down
every
that
day
road?
at 5 o'clock?
What's that?
No,
Well,
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
I'm just
No, I just had to do it that one day because I had to be compliant in continuing education, so I could keep a certain portion of my license. So I had to do it early, so I didn't miss the meeting.
no, I know. I was messing with you.
I thought you did. I was wondering. I was like,
Get your ass up early every day and do that shit.
So what happened? What's the news?
So yesterday we had a chess. There was a chess move yesterday, and it has stabilized the price at 1 cent. Which, if you watch some of the tweets, you saw why. And it's looking like you sure can't. You're not going to be able to get Hex for under a penny anymore.
I love it.
If you look today, like there's been buys that have gone under and they literally get snapped up within like seconds. So those limit orders are definitely there. You can see them wicking. I think it even wicked down to like 0.085 at one point, but for like a split second, and then it was straight back up. So, you know, there are definitely limit orders there at 1 cent.
I love it. I love people are starting to use those because there's several different UI front ends that'll allow that.
That's great.
And I'm really glad people are doing that because you'll get a better price and you'll also create support at the same time. I know that sounds contradictory of itself, but that way you're not moving the market too far one way or the other, and you're getting more for your buck. So some of those I think even operate in multiple transactions, but it's nice that we've got the tools that we have now, because this was unheard of in 2017. We didn't have any of these tools. All we had was, like Motley said on the Knights of the Crypto Roundtable or whatever it was with DC, he was talking about how we just had people creating coins and throwing them on the market as fast as they could to make money, just in the form of an ICO. We didn't have the tools we have now. We've come a long way in a short period of time. Now, the problem with that is it leaves an opportunity for scammers to use these new tools to scam people out of more of their money. But those who are using it in a legitimate fashion, there's a lot more things we can do with it, with our digital money now. So this is great. I'm glad that things are coming up this way. I hate to see us slip from 10 to 11, but I mean, at least we're still over a cent on the coin market, or the nomics.com market cap rating.
You know, even though we're sitting level at 1 penny, I don't know if you've noticed over the last week though, your number of units of Hex has grown tremendously. You know, so I mean, we talk about, you know, our daily APY, but you know, a week goes by and then you look at it and you're like, wow, I pretty much have the same amount of money that I had a week ago, even though the price came down, you know, 0.2 of a penny. So it's, you know, I've been in a little funk the last 5 days, and you know, this morning I looked and I was like, hey, that's a good number. I really like that.
Yeah.
So it's holding steady. It's holding steady.
Sideways means up if you are staked.
That's right.
That's true. That is a great. You know
that's
what?
the stickiness.
Yep. Absolutely, Peter. I love that. That's great. It's the first time I've seen someone put it so concisely. But sideways means up if you're staked. I like that.
I was telling a new user just a couple of days ago on the driving range, and I was like, you know, I've been in Bitcoin since 2013. And I'd love to have an extra 30% Bitcoin, but my Bitcoin didn't grow. That's 8 years. My Bitcoin hasn't grown. The dollar value's grown, but my number of units are the same. So, and then I bring in, what we're doing, and I go, gosh, my units are growing, so, people sometimes get that, and they start thinking about it. They're like, wow, that's interesting. We don't know what they'll be worth when the stakes mature, but they're growing, and we have a lot more than we used to have.
Yep. Not even including big payday, I'm looking at my stakes, and especially the ones that are laddered out, from the 10 to 15 year range, because you don't get any more t-shirts for longer pays better on that. But I'm looking at those and I'm like, man, just the interest alone, not even including big paydays, so beautiful right now. Especially as we're going sideways. That's just extra money in the pocket every day. Literally hundreds of dollars in my pocket every day. Of course, I can't realize those gains for another. I'm only 7% of the way through my stake, but we've got a little while to go. But it's still beautiful and encouraging all at the same time.
Yeah, the daily interest is really, really, how to say it? Those numbers are really insane. Because if I look at it like how much can I make daily at this point, it's maybe more than regional CEO of my company. Or if you get early and staked, then yeah.
What's nice about it is it's not insane. It's all written. It's all written down in the white paper, right? I mean, you can do the math. The math works out. Only 10% is staked, so you get 10% of the annual inflation rate. So what's nice is it's not insane. It's like crystal clear. Read the code, right? It's it just so happens that we're taking advantage of it, right? So that's the great news. And it's just a reality. When your income starts going up, you just get used to it, and now you're at a new level, and then you want something else, right? The gamification. You want to be a dolphin. When you become a dolphin, then you want to be a whale, or a shark, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, you're never happy. There's always more. There's always more.
That is true.
Even if the
Go ahead.
percentage of staked coins goes up, that means that also the price should go up. And we won't see. If we hit like 20% stake, we won't see those daily gains. That number won't be that high in Hex, but I think in dollars it will. It will be much higher.
That's a great point, Peter. So I think that's something that I haven't talked enough about as of late, and I haven't heard anyone else talk about it as of late, but the fact that more people are staking means that more people want the Hex for the purpose of getting that trustless interest. So what that's going to do is just cause that demand to go up, and the supply stays the same, which causes price to go up, and then there's less that can be dumped on the market. So even though you're getting a lesser APY, at least now you're getting price appreciation of the coin. So it's a double-edged sword, and both sides are good. So you're either getting huge APY or you're getting huge appreciation in the coin price. And I'm okay with either one. I don't care which way it goes, honestly.
Yeah. I also like that everything is set up in the code, like Liberty set, and also that we have total transparency. We have something like rigid code, the future chart of future supply, but in reality, this is not future market supply, but possible market supply, because those people.
Well done.
Those people can restake, and if they restake and don't sell anything, then it's nothing hits the market.
It's worthless.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of Hex, because it's all set. It's based on mathematics, and you can model everything, like the Ellen and Cryptolion, like those German guys did. Like that model I like very much, and I also posted it to my friends that started to be a hexagon, and they like, okay, staking for longer, it's always better. Like now
For the
can
bigger
see
returns. Now again, everybody's situation is different. That's the thing I'm scared of, is telling people right now is I'm not going to tell you what to do, but if you've got the time horizon and you've got the income to hold off for that time horizon, and maybe it's better for your situation to stake longer, you will get mathematically more hex. You will. I mean, it's a guaranteed certainty as long as you don't emergency end stake. But that is for every one of you guys to decide on your own. That's all dependent upon your situation. I can't throw that out there enough, because I'm worried of the liability that this community may get throwing out these huge numbers, and then someone. I promise you, as smart as most Hexicans are, there's going to be someone that sees this and says, "Oh, he told me to YOLO it out. And here I am broke and no money, and I need to emergency end stake, and it nuked my account, and I don't want that for anyone." You guys really need to think long and hard about your situation.
You got the Staker app to tell you exactly what the liability is, and you also got that nice warning that's been put up that says, "Are you this much of an idiot? If so, push this button."
Yes,
Right?
that's exactly right. So I'm still doing some. Go ahead, RG. Captain.
You sound great, Kinetics. I mean, it's almost as if you're doing it because compliance is in the room, but you're saying all the right things, right? I think we're not. It's not. We're not in a danger zone because we haven't gone viral yet, right? The only cryptocurrency that's viral is Bitcoin and its little brother Ethereum. So what do we get? We had 1,000, 2,000 views. By the end of 30 days, maybe 10,000. I mean, in the US, there's over 350 million people, right? Give or take 200,000. And that's nothing, right? So we haven't really gotten there. But the interesting thing is we are talking out. I mean, we're talking into a recording that's going to last forever on the internet, right? So when we do hit virality, you're going to want to be careful. And it's not enough, like RG3 is good at this, but it's not enough just to say this is not financial advice and then give financial advice. Because in a court of law, a jury will see that you said the words, this is not financial advice, but then with competence and with confidence and with authority, you gave financial advice. It's almost like saying, I don't want to be rude, but your shirt is ugly, right? So you said, I don't want to be rude, and then you were rude. Right, or I don't want to be racist, and then you said something racist, or
trial
something
by
like
combat.
that.
Go to the Capitol and peaceably remove the people that are inside.
But you gave yourself permission to do it, and that's what's happening. People are saying, I don't want to give financial advice, but here's financial advice, and I know nothing about you. I have no registrations or licenses to go ahead and be qualified to tell you these things. But a court of law would say, hey, you came at us like, who was our dark fallen angel? Our dark fallen angel back in April. I love listening to his streams, but he would bring calculus into the equation. He would bring computer science. He would bring, math, and he would make price calls for a big payday, exact price calls, right? And that's financial advice. And then, right now, the superstars right now on our streams, I mean, they go off and the enthusiasm's exciting, but there's a fine line between solid promotion and fraud, right? Or solid promotion and hype. And if you're talking to 100,000 people and you know nothing about them, and this is what Kinetics was saying, they go ahead and take that word and they say, that guy sounds smart, right? Whether they're talking about how T-shares work, or they're saying the most important thing, and you have to do this, and you have to do it this long, and your future self will thank you for it. That is all financial advice. So just be careful going forward and say things like Kinetics said, or even RG3 is the best. RG3 is like, look, I'm not the guy to take financial advice from. I FOMO'd in day one. Yeah. He'll say all these things, right? And you look at him, you go, hey, if I need a big piece of machinery moved, I'm going to call. He's the first guy I'm going to call. Or if I want to have lunch with a great guy, he's the first person I'm going to call. But I'm not going to call that guy for financial advice, right? Even though it's a character he's playing, And by the way, I'm on to that guy. He's smart. That guy's really smart. I talked about his blouse and his mascara, and he came out with, it's an androgynous pirate. And no one from where he lives uses the word androgynous. I'll tell you that. So.
Oh boy. Don't be exposing me.
He's a smart guy. He's a smart guy. But that's the thing. You say all the right things, and you know things like you say, this is in my opinion.
I agree.
And I don't know what you should do, but this is what I'm doing. These are the reasons why. But I'm not
worried about our stream. I'm not worried about our stream because I know RG3 and I cover, let people know, but it's really more for the rest of you guys out there in the Hex community that are going to be doing your streams. You guys need to be careful of these things. Sorry, Captain, to cut you off.
So no, what I've always wanted to put out in front of everything is that we can sit here and talk about crypto all we want, but we've got to put it in its proper place. Crypto should mean nothing really to your financial life. This should be fun money. This should be a little 5 to 10% play in your game of life. This should not have significance in your life. It's one of those things right now that is so highly speculative that a 5% move could make you extremely wealthy if you play it right. So it's a gamble. This is all gambling, and no matter who says what about crypto, it's still fucking gambling. It is not a financial play at this point. Crypto is so weak. It's such an insignificant little piece of value in the world. And does it have potential? Oh, of course it does. And that's why I play with it. I would much rather, spend some money that I would take to Vegas on a weekend, twice a year on crypto than go out to that shithole of a place and throw it on a fucking roulette table and, leave pissed off and that 5-hour drive home. No. I'd rather play in crypto and have a live stream with you guys and hang out and see if that's going to hit my big fucking 777. Crypto is that, guys. It is not a financial play. Could it be? Yes. Could it make you very wealthy? Yes. But it is that. It's gambling. You're still not in the financial game. Your life better be in order if you're playing in crypto. If you're playing in crypto with your whole hand, then you're making a big mistake. A big mistake. And that's where we need to put this in perspective for everybody.
Well said. Well said. And then, so on that same thing, I think the other thing too is I think everyone needs to learn just the concept that you don't always have to be right. And I see some streams out there where guys are maybe interviewing someone from outside our family here, and they're just winging it, and you can feel it, and it's getting confusing. They're confusing APR with APY. They're just confusing concepts, and it confuses everyone. And remember, you don't know who you're talking to. Down the road could be that one person that just got wrecked and has the ability to take it legal, and then the regulators come on top because a person was not qualified to give advice, and they're deemed, whether they were or not, they're deemed by a jury that they gave advice. But be comfortable with saying, I don't know the answer to that. That would be a great question and maybe say, Richard, or look into crypto or something like that. We have a lot of guys that I think they come from a good place in their heart. They want to help out people. Some people just like to hear themselves talk. But either way, you're getting famous and everyone's watching, and you just want to be sure about that. And the last thing, don't anybody ever interrupt Richard Hart when he's on a roll.
I agree with that.
This is the
biggest
discussion.
Frustration is when there's a bunch of people on stream and Richard's on, and you talk over Richard. I think you'd be a lot wiser to listen to his pearls and not interject. And that is probably my biggest frustration on some of the big streams we've had with Richard on. Is Richard's about to start talking about something or answer somebody. We didn't ask that person, the other person in the stream.
Damn it.
That's right. We asked the captain, or we asked Richard. We didn't ask for the peanut gallery to jump in.
Yep.
I want to listen to what Richard has. Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Or just kick everyone else out of the.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Not a bad idea, honestly. I mean,
We used to.
I've had to hit the mute button. I've had to hit the mute button on some
me.
people, on a couple people, while Richard was in the room. Yes, I have done that. So I'm not gonna lie. I feel like a dick at first, and then I realized real quick, no, I did the right thing. So because I want to hear Richard talk, because when he's got an answer for something, it's usually a well thought out answer, or else he won't respond to it at all. So
yeah. That's all I had to say, guys. I got to get my girls to school, so I just wanted to say you guys are doing a great job. Be awesome, Europe, Africa, Asia. Get the word out. I appreciate all of you. So have a great day.
Thanks, compliance.
And you.
I'll send in those TPS reports later.
There you go.
Thanks for the financial advice.
Yeah.
That was sort of. Bye.
That was
You
legal
can't
advice.
take me serious. I've got a graffiti hoodie on, and if you're taking financial advice from a guy that wears graffiti, probably not your best idea.
Yep. Your Honor, I'd like to cite that I took financial advice by this guy named Papa Boner.
Painter.
I'm
that why you
better crafted,
rebranded?
and I have a freaking outline. Like, and my camera is monochrome, so
Oh,
I'm good.
I love it.
I think I'm good.
How
Yes,
is
Richard.
Brent in every stream?
Should we have a disclaimer at the bottom, like just on the graphic at the bottom of every stream?
Just a ticker running.
You look like an upstanding citizen, my friend.
Oh my
Oh
God!
my goodness, you
Oh.
forgot to turn off the camera. Oh my God, look at it. RG is like respectable.
I did it for Liberty, just so he can see.
I love it. I love it.
So I got to go in and make the donuts, guys. So freaking love each and every one of you. You guys are awesome. We got 2 new cutthroats in the room, by the way. So Peter McCormick, fucking, you're cutthroat, bro. You've been supporting us hard
Nice.
for.
Yes, you have.
And,
Nice.
Thank you.
Congrats. Man.
and
That's
you
awesome.
too, Barely Crafty. You've been supporting the same, man. So you're.
No way.
I'm gonna put you guys in the cutthroat room. Hey,
So-
don't
RG.
be so happy about it. You ain't been in there yet, so.
Yeah, you haven't seen the nastiness you haven't seen the mud that flies in the cutthroat room yet. So
RG,
I really appreciate it, man.
RG,
I
RG.
really-
Whatever
Is it-
it's worth. Well, please make sure I get your Telegram handle so that I can get you guys in the
Okay.
room. I appreciate both of your help and helping us with the show and doing what you do for the Hex community. You guys are both awesome, and so we're actually inviting you to come join us, and we hope you accept. That's really what it's all about. So
Yeah.
if you
I will
accept,
think
you
about it.
guys. Okay, you do that.
think real
Hey,
long and
guys.
hard about it.
Papa.
We'll see you later, buddy.
Hey, Henry Hex, thanks for coming in, bro. And Papa, we'll see you. Everybody have a good one. Fucking here it comes, baby.
That's right. All right.
Oh, boy.
Henry, you show up on a few more of these streams, you just might earn your stripes too.
I'll make sure it happens.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Well, I appreciate you showing up on these. I'm glad that you're able to make it, man. So I also wanted to let everyone else know. So I wore this hoodie for a reason today. It's my graffiti hoodie from a clothing company I used to be a big part of. And I have actually these extra paint splots are actual real paint. So those aren't part of the design. But I wore it for a reason. I've had a few people asking as of late where the name Kinetics came from and why it's just KNTX. And so I just thought I'd just throw that out there real quick. So I came from when in my youth, I was a breakdancer and a graffiti artist. So I used to graph a lot. And I wouldn't say I was great at either one, but I was above average on both. And so in the graph community, we usually choose something short that's easy to throw up on a wall real quick. And the way you do that is you usually get rid of the vowels unless the name or the graph that you're throwing up begins with the vowel. So it's a lot easier and it's a lot more modern. Because we can phonetically sound things out without the vowels. You don't really need the vowels in English. So Kinetics, everyone looks at it like KNTX. Well, they didn't come from the same background that I did. I had a buddy named Immense, and it was EMNC. I had, we had. I won't throw any other names out there because there's actually some pretty well-known people from the community that I grew up in. But so if anyone is curious where Kinetics came from, it comes from a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away when I was a different person. So back when I was into different things, when I wasn't into financial instruments, I was more into partying, and popping and breaking and throwing paint up on stuff. So
I call bullshit. I need to see some breakdancing right now.
Everyone always says that. Always like, hey, I want to see the windmills, which I can still throw down some windmills. I think I can still. It's been a while. I'm older and about 50 pounds heavier than I used to be. So
just give us a little robot, old man style, because we don't want you to hurt yourself. Come on.
I don't really have a lot of room here, man. But
come on,
I did more of the pop-in. I did more of the pop-in.
Do it on the table.
Wow.
It's hard without standing up. You got to be able to use the legs too. So
do you do that with your insurance pitch? I think you should.
I do. With every insurance policy that you purchase, I'll bust out some robot for you.
Signed right here.
Yeah, signed right here. It's been a long time, guys. It's been a while. I don't have the time to go to the dance studio and dance anymore. So, yeah, that's right, Michael. I am a BBOY. I'm a B-boy. So it's funny. I grew up. Well, I didn't grow up, but I went to college, and my roommates were a half black, half Korean guy. And that kid was just athletically talented. He was started years behind everybody else and just caught up to everyone like in a couple months. Like he was phenomenal. And then my other roommate was a half Chinese, half Japanese kid from Hawaii. So we did a lot of breaking. We did a lot of shows. We actually did a lot of shows for the college. We did a lot of paid cameos at some of like the boutiques and things of that nature when they'd have a DJ come in, and then we'd throw a floor down and they'd pay us to come do that. We did all kinds of shows on Main Street back in the day. Like, it was crazy. We did a lot of shows. And so it was, being in a college town, you were able to find some other people that were good at doing some things as well. And everyone kind of had their own niche. So I was more of the power moves guy. I was the windmills and the turtles, hopping on just two hands, no feet on the ground, just hopping around in a circle on your hands. We had one guy that was really good at flares and head spins. We had another guy that was just all the amazing threading. While he's upside down on one hand, he's threading legs in and out. And so we kind of all had our specialties within it. We had one guy that was just like the smoothest up rock dancer before he went to the ground. So we had a pretty good crew, man. I kind of miss those days. And part of me is glad those days are over all at the same time.
When you're a billionaire, you can go and do your breakdancing with your buddies again, man. Think about it. They'll all respect you. They'll say, make room for the billionaire kid that wants to wait. Hold on a second. Are you like first generation breakdancer? You don't seem like old enough, because like when I was a kid, that stuff was new, and like they cleared the whole roller skate rink, and they had like breakdancing nights, and we would break. Do you remember that? Are you that old?
No. I was not there for that. So we were. I was in breaking in the generation. So I got into it when I was in the rave scene in high school, and that was late 90s. And so I was actually born. Breaking. I know, but I'll tell you what, even today, they've fundamentally so much better than they were even when I was breaking, and we were so much fundamentally better than the guys that were breaking in the 80s, and it just escalated. It's crazy. I was actually born when like breaking to the Electric Boogaloo.
The Electric Boogaloo, yeah.
Yeah. When those movies came out, I was just a little guy, so I don't even think I saw those movies when I was young. But it wasn't until I got older and got into the rave and party scene that I said, okay, well, partying and listening to music is great, but man, the dancing part is way more fun. So I got into that.
And what about the street art? Henry Hex is actually Banksy. I just want to let you know.
I wish.
What's up, Banksy? I'm glad to have you on here. Will you sign my hoodie? Will you sign my hoodie for me?
Yeah, just $4,000. That's just send me some next. It's fine.
I love it. I like what Crypto Vince said. He said, save 15% on Kinetics dance moves. So let me dance for 15 minutes and you'll save 15% on your insurance.
I think someone posted in the chat earlier that there's an article in the UK, I think This Money. Richard, Hex.com Twitter is on there, but they do mention that us as actually being the top performing cryptocurrency.
Really?
Holy crap,
This is money.
Yeah.
In the UK.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. So it looks like
awesome.
a little bit of press. I mean, you'd have to scroll down quite a bit to actually get to the point where
Hex is mentioned.
where they mention X, but yeah, it was actually guys on there, and they reference Nomics on it, which is great. So yeah, great
throwing it out there, guys, for you guys to look at. Thanks for posting that, Henry, so I can put it in the chat for everybody else. But
That's awesome.
you guys right click,
Nomics is
open
mentioned
in
as well.
another tab. Do not click out of this to go view it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I have seen the tweet from hex.com, but okay, so this is it. Nice.
That is so cool.
Which is good to see.
11,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to read that later.
Our name in the title, but if anyone actually reads down, it's
We
good.
finally have print. That is good.
Yes, it is.
Oh my goodness, look at that. It must be a scam.
Probably because all the taxis and the buses are in the UK, so
yeah,
there's probably a bit more
Somebody
awareness
noticed.
of it.
that's where they saw it.
Mm.
That's crazy. I mean, when I worked for a handset company and we put all of our effort, international, reach, but all of our marketing budget was in the UK and it paid off like really, really well. It's very wise that we're launching there with these types of things. Well, we're not organizing anything. Somebody launched there. Somebody did these things. Who knows who the heck did it, but whoever that is, they're very wise.
Very wise.
Is there any reason why launching in the UK works? Any ideas?
You guys can't shut
I
up.
have no idea. That's right. You guys are just better at promoting than we are. The rest of the world.
That article came from Barry Wise, and I think I will hit him up on Twitter to make an interview with Richard. Just poking.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I am inviting someone from another community to come join us next Tuesday, so I apologize for being quiet at this moment, but I'd love to have some other people in the other communities get some exposure to Hex as well.
What community? Or is it a secret?
No, not at all. No, it's with the Dash community. So,
okay. So Christopher or?
Mr. Tao Satoshi himself.
Okay.
Yep, Christopher Carruthers. That is correct.
Nice.
So
I have seen him only once on stream, but I don't know where it was.
he was on Coffee Stream.
Coffee stream. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I would love to sit down and talk with him.
I think he's getting more into Hex.
I think so too. I love it. He said he's still not doing a Quattro Cinco stake, but he's staking longer than he did before.
Not financial
But,
advice, but we will
is-
sell him too.
He is in that club already because Matty hit him up on Twitter and he offered him a gift of like enough hex for 1 T-share, and he confirmed that he did stake it for 5555. So
did
is
he?
in.
Okay, so I'm out of the loop then. That is great.
Thanks to Matty. Matty, all in. He gifted him some ETH and some hex to make that 5 stake.
Yes, Mehdi is so generous,
Yeah.
and I don't
He's
know
awesome.
how he does these cameos. Like, what is going on in the
I
background?
think you can. I assume there's a website, but you can just pay people, can't you? They'll say whatever you want.
Yeah. You go on the website and just click.
Yeah.
He pays the credit card.
As long as you pay them, they'll say what you want.
No, he reached out to these famous people and he called them on the phone. And he said, "Can you please do this for us?"
Like,
You know,
I know that
I
it's
think what
probably paid.
Peter means is like he's so like he made so many of those cameos, right? And this sums up to quite a bit of money to keep them rolling out every now and then.
Oh yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah,
And
Maddie is
when
one
I
of the
saw the
greatest
tweet with-
executives.
Maddie
Who
is
was it?
kicking.
The actress? I
Lindsay
forget.
Lohan?
I never remember the name of actors from New Beetle, that movie where the car was like talking, and god damn it, she played twins when she was younger.
What decade was this from?
She shouted out Bitcoin going to some level and Ethereum going to some level, and there was in the replies there was a tweet, but she shouted out Hex first because she was in Maddie's,
Lindsay Lohan?
Lindsay Lohan, wasn't it?
Lohan, yeah, Lindsay Lohan, yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
Lohan, yes,
And
that's
someone,
right.
yeah, and someone in the comments, like in replies, but she shouted out Hex first.
I love it.
That's true.
Nice. I think Maddie's got a great position in the in our ranks because he stands to have a double bonus. We're gonna all need psychiatric help along the way, and then when we reach our goal, we're also gonna need to know how to not lose it. So he's gonna be like the resident guy that we all sit on his couch virtually and say, I gotta tell you about my mother, and he's gonna be like, great, I charge
Johnny.
1 million hex per hour now. What's up, Johnny?
I was just listening to you guys about the cameo thing. I said, isn't it great that you can actually hire people who people actually know who the hell they are?
Yeah.
And they cost less than those influencers that nobody knows who the hell they are.
Yep. It's
Probably
true.
yes.
It is true.
It's strange because I sometimes I watch like the Warhammer 40,000 lore videos, and like it's nerd stuff, and those videos can get like 300,000, 100,000 views. It's like crypto is nothing. Like even those big influencers don't get this level of views. It's like minuscule.
Guys showing their Pokemon cards get more views than your top.
It's true. It's true.
Some 12-year-old kid with a pile of Pokemon cards talking about his card collection is getting more views than your top-rated crypto influencer. And these guys, man, they're all about, you gotta pay to play. You gotta pay to promote your coin, and then they get paid to promote crap coins, and it's just
so I can get no one to see it. I have to pay for no one to see this promotion. Yeah. Yep. It's funny because so I know of one channel that has 400,000 views in crypto on one video, and all it is Carlos Mato saying Bitcoin. And I'm like, and that's the most views in crypto is Carlos Mato saying BitConnect.
Yeah, it's those memes, and I think a lot of people got introduced to crypto through Carlos Matos, but like not the bright side of crypto, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they found it, and they found Hex since then. So.
Hopefully,
maybe they can make back what they lost in BitConnect.
Well, it's actually kind of crazy. I know that Liberty's a little bit worried about people saying not financial advice and it being financial advice. But look at all the bad calls these influencers have made, and they're all still running around there. And some of them are just infamous coin shillers, and they're still all out there.
Yeah.
We've even seen some from the BitConnect correct. They're still out there. They're not. They're you know. So.
Well, I just want our community to be better than that. That's what I worry about. I just want them to be better.
Absolutely.
Plus, they can only sue if you're wrong. So.
Yeah. And as for now, we are. I want to be clear, everyone. I don't think we're not, and we need to clean up our act. I think we already are. I just want us to stay on that same road, on that same path. I want to take the high road.
Yeah.
We'll shoot down a couple of haters on Twitter in the meantime, but other than that, I want to take the high road.
Yeah. It's fun, isn't it?
Gosh, it's so fun just to watch the swarm of killer bees come in and say, Hex!
That's right. They do it.
The thing is, they hit them with truth, you know.
They're doing it for engagement. I swear that they're doing it for engagement. So they know if they put hashtag Hex or in there, they're going to get like so much more engagement than they ever get. I mean, most of these people.
When you start the post,
they get more comments than they get likes. They get more comments than they have followers.
Yes. Yeah, it's funny because when they start the tweet as these Hex hyenas all up on me or whatever it is, it's like, well, no one's commented on you yet today, so you want the Hex hyenas, you want the engagement, but as long as you're not blocking us, great, my chance to hop in and talk to your 1,000 people. So
I think RG3 coined a new phrase today. It was hyenaing. So hyenaing. So when we hyena as a pack, we descend on the scraps of filthy, stinking, decaying carrion that are those tweets. So we can all hyena together in a verb sense. I really respect that.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. Well, I like murder hornets. So when we act like murder hornets on Twitter, that's the phrase I think I'll be using. But at least we all understand what hyena. Piranha. Yeah, but that was a great GIF that Richard posted with the haters and then the Hex piranhas coming in and eating them up. I love it. Yeah, we have a fun community. We have a more I would say we've got each other's backs more than other communities do. So we've got a more cohesive group than many of the other coins do. So I like to see that. I mean, there's no wonder Hex has been the success it's been already to this point. And I look forward to good things, as we get more dedicated Hexicans joining our community.
Yes, speaking about having each other's backs, I meant to mention that on my first appearance. I forgot. Kinetics. I saw that tweet, your reply to Ken Bosak, saying, "Man, like, just let me know.
Yeah.
If there's anything like really happening, if you have some like weird feedback, just let me know.
Just let us know."
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Thanks, man.
I loved it.
Thanks, man. Well, you got a new Hexican. It doesn't hurt that he's got a following, but regardless, if he's a new Hexican and he seems to be all on board, we got your back, man. We're there for you.
Yeah.
So he was already an ETH supporter before that, so he's already on the right substrate. Just had to get him on the right product on top of the right substrate.
I think he's in like crypto person in general. From the tweets I've seen, like he's into everything. Gotcha.
Well, when he sees the mathematical gains of Hex, he may become a maxi at some point. It's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just glad to have him.
For that to kick in. I'm still waiting for that to kick in, where people go back and they look at their Bitcoin free claims and they see them. You know, a lot of people have probably claimed their free Bitcoin. Like, oh crap, I'm auto locked for 360 days, and then they're going to come back and go, well, that's not what I started with.
Yeah, exactly right.
Maybe I should allocate some of my other supply over this way because this is looking pretty nice.
And those T-shares, those initial first couple day free Bitcoin T-shares, Genesis T-shares, there's some huge gains on that. People don't even realize. What was a T-share at the time? 5,000 hex per T-share or something. So
you can get a T-share for a total of 61 cents at one time.
61 cents. That's a dollar value. Yes.
Yeah. Now it's 100. Well, you got to watch that. You got to watch that dollar value on those T-shares, because right now it's like $163 per T-share. Okay. Yeah. What happens when hex doubles in price? What happens when we go to 2 cents? Now it's $326 a T-share. It gets harder real quick. Whenever we jump a penny, it gets harder real quick. So you kind of watch. Because if you give up your T-share, you won't stake. You stake for like short term. You give up your T-share, it's going to cost you so much more to get that T-share back. So
yeah. Sure. Oh, I love it. I love watching the T-share price go up. I mean, I feel bad. I don't feel bad, but I don't want people to miss out on the extremely low price T-share price. But as it goes up, that's very encouraging for us that are already in the product. So
even if the price stays the same, that T-share keeps going up in price because it's now more hacks to purchase your T-share. So just because we're moving sideways, that T-share ain't waiting for you.
Yeah, and Peter said it best earlier. He said it sideways movement in hex means price go up. Because he had a great point, because you're still getting that interest. I mean, your dollar value is still going up because now you've got more hex, even if it stays the same, accumulating sideways. So I liked what he said earlier regarding that.
But it's a trip, because even if the price went down, a T-share could still cost you more.
Oh, that's true. Absolutely.
Because that T-share is constantly going up in hex cost. So yes, that's the kicker is, people are like, is it too late to get in? Every day you wait, the T-share price could go up on you, especially if we're just going to move sideways. It just gets more expensive.
Yeah. I love it. And it's still cheap compared to what it's going to be in the future, guys. For all of you who haven't pulled the trigger but are looking at this product and want to do their research before they jump in.
No financial advice.
No financial advice. That's like I said. You do your research.
Guaranteed.
I'm going to do your research for you. But it is a guarantee that price will go up.
Yeah.
Not financial advice from your B-boy Kinetics, and B stands for billionaire.
That's right. B-boy Kinetics. Man, it's been years since I heard that.
Yeah, what I was saying wasn't exactly financial advice. It was just the code. It's just how the code is designed to work. It's not, T-share prices go up in hex, not dollar value, but they go up in hex cost. And depending on where the price is, it's just how the code is written. So it's always a better deal now than later. And if you're looking for a short-term crypto, hex is not the right crypto for you. If you're looking for a rich quit lottery mentality, hex is not for you. Hex is all about delayed gratification and planning for your future, not this get in, get out sort of scenario. So
yeah, absolutely. I agree. I'm in it for the long run.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was streaming earlier with Day 43 OG today, and he mentioned something pretty interesting because there was a question from chat also about like 1 year stake, and he said something very cool. You don't know where we are going to be in 1 year. It might be the top of the bull run. It might be the bottom of the bear market, but in a longer term, those good projects tend to trend up. So it's safer to say, for me, that I'll be higher in the price of Hex will be higher in 10 years than in 1 year. Like that's, you know what I mean? That in 10 years, we will be past like 2 cycles, for example, let's say, and we will end up at a higher price point, at least in my opinion. It's like a lower risk to go longer. And on top of that, you get all those bonuses, right?
Yeah, if you've got the time horizon and it fits your scenario and you've got income coming in the meantime, then maybe that is a good route for you to go. But yes, that statement is true.
Yeah, hodlers win in crypto. And Richard said it a few times. Like, you cannot beat, like, what's the price of Bitcoin? 30 nearly 4 million X. No trader, nobody, no institution, no quant bot, or there is simply no way anybody could beat that. But
yeah,
but I don't know if there is anyone still holding Bitcoin from those low prices.
yeah,
That's the great thing about Hex, though, isn't it? That because you're staking it, you're not going to sell it. Like,
Yep.
so
Yes.
it helps you out. I mean, I probably would have sold a lot if I'd had it liquid
yeah,
from the price rises already. But now it's like, well, you're probably going to do it again. So you're kind of like, why would I sell? But you
Yeah.
would have sold. And the ones who staked out for 15 years, you can't sell. So it's like literally doing you a favor, keeping you making money.
yeah. In my situation, it's worked out well for me. I have a liquid bag that I just keep restaking for 20, 30 days at a time. And then I subsidize my other stake ladders because I want more. I'm seeing the gains, so I want more principal on my way far out stakes. So I'm using those to slowly because I can't do it all at once. I don't want to just do one giant pile for Quattro Cinco stake. I want to do like a monthly income ladder with it. So, but I have to wait for another 30 days to go so I can put another 555 stake in because I can't do a 5575 stake. You know what I mean? So my liquid bag is short-term stake, so it can supplement my long-term bags.
That's great. That's a great strategy.
That's a good step. Yeah. That's
How do you
awesome.
plan? How do you plan for that? Do you go to the to when you go onto hex.com, you can see the amount of time, and you get the bonus in there, and then you say, okay, that equals to the stake I'd like to make some time in the future. So I just put it down and do it for 30 days, or how do you decide?
I have committed myself to a flat amount to stake at the end of my ladders. So I won't say how much that is. I don't want to. I've already got a wife. I'm not looking for a bunch of gold diggers to come try to find me. But
stake diggers,
stake diggers. Yeah. I'm not looking to create a harem. So I don't want to say exactly how big these stakes are, but I've got a set amount that I'd like to see. I've got this level in my mind of how much that I'd like to stake out Quattro Cinco towards the end of my stake ladder. So I have multiple 15-year stake ladders on multiple devices, and I am just laddering them and throwing them right back at the end, another 15 years, and trying to scrape only the interest. Now, the interest is not enough right now to take, so I'm throwing that and then supplementing it with the liquid bag that I have to make it that flat amount that I want for principal.
Let me throw out an idea. If you have enough to net, let's say the cost of one T-share per month, that would kind of be a great starting point. Theoretically, if I were giving advice, that would be kind of something you could do every month. You find out what the price of the one T-share is to take it on a 1 month basis, 15 years out, start your rolling stakes for free, at the one T-share level. I love
that idea, guys. I love that. So one of my stake ladders, I do actually have that just enough to get one T-share 15 years out. So it's not a lot of hex, but I figure the appreciation on that one. I'm going to compare that versus my large principal 15-year stakes at the end. I want to see which one. Obviously, we know which one's going to perform better, but I want to see, did that little stake that was the same distance out there still see huge, tremendous gains?
So you're talking about earning a T-share with your interest and buying a T-share with your interest, and then how that compares to your longer stakes.
No. You're using your stack now for a 1 month yield of the amount that you can then put to 15 years and earn one T-share 15 years out. And you keep doing that every month over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's not going to outcompete if you just bought now and staked it for the years. It's absolutely impossible. The share system in itself is designed to keep people from doing exactly that.
I think so. Return happens about 2 years out from now, if I remember correctly, because I saw someone put together the math on it. and you start to get a diminishing return in the next 2 years, where you won't outpace if you had just done a huge YOLO stake for 15 years earlier.
Even people trying to play that this year have saw how that works. So you've had people that were staking for 30 days, and that 30 days turned into 60 days, and that 60 days turned into 90 days because they were getting diminishing return, and they had to continue to stake out longer. And then that just keeps on factoring out because you get the diminishing return over the short term. And now you can mine like that, yes, but you have, the price has to appreciate in order for you to compensate for the amount of money that you're missing each time you redo that. So,
yep.
And either way, you're going to win, you're going to gain, but it's a matter of knowing the optimal gameplay,
Well, guys, I just want to throw this out there. I got to get going, but Steph is in the house. Appreciate you, Steph, watching. Much love from Paris, he says. I am still testing, and I believe Johnny is too. There's some of the new features are coming out with on Staker app, and I broke it, so you guys can just delete it off your phone.
You're a good tester.
Yeah, you can just delete it off your phones because I broke it. It'll never work again. No, I did find some kind of weird bug in it that Firebund's trying to work out, but there's some really neat features that are coming. So stay tuned. I'll let Steph and Firebund be the ones to announce what they are and when they're coming, but it's pretty sweet, guys. And I got to get going, guys, so I hate to do this to everybody, but peace, we're out.